Hello everyone, today I'm going to be reviewing the Wolverine. Spoilers. Basically, the Wolverine is the new X-Men movie, and this is the one where Wolverine goes to Japan, and basically this old guy, who is someone from his past, tells him that he can make him mortal, and make him die, basically. And the movie is basically Wolverine's adventure in Japan, and what happens in it. It's a pretty straightforward plot. Wolverine goes to Japan. The old guy tells him he can make him mortal. Wolverine gets made mortal, and he has to escort the old man's granddaughter to Japan, and then she gets kidnapped, and then he has to go save her. So pretty straightforward plot. The thing that makes this movie better than X-Men Origins Wolverine, which was horrible, is that A, the acting's better, B, it's more of an introspective look into the character. Like, on Origins, basically, Wolverine was just, like, this guy who killed stuff. It wasn't too much of a look into, like, his psyche. This one looks more into, like, what he's thinking about, what ships he's gone through, and all that stuff. This one's also better because it has a way better supporting cast. No Ryan Reynolds posing as a horrible Deadpool. No, it has this red-haired Japanese girl, and I forgot the actress's name. It has the granddaughter of the old man who is a wealthy businessman. It has a bunch of villains coming after them as well. And the movie works, I think, a lot better than most of the other X-Men movies, since 1, 2, and 3 I didn't think were all that great, and Origins was kind of bad, even though I liked First Class a lot. This one, it works better. You really go into, like, Wolverine's mind, and you have a strong supporting cast behind him. The villains in this movie, the main villain is basically the old guy. At the end of the movie, big shocker spoiler, he reveals he's like in a giant samurai suit, and you kind of see it coming from a long while away, but I didn't think it was too great a move. But, so he's an okay villain. He's not really that interesting when you really think about it. The other villains, you got Viper, who is actually sort of a waste of time, really. Only real plot. She only does stuff to, like, lengthen the plot. And she's the one who makes him mortal at the beginning, but they could have done it through other means, so she's not that interesting. There's a subplot about the Yakuza trying to kidnap the granddaughter of this businessman, and the dad's behind it, and that was okay, I guess. And actually, the villains in this kind of suck, now that I think about it. But the heroes really make it work. The red-haired Japanese chick, she's a really good supporting player. She's a great swordsman, and there's like hints of romance between those two, but like more of friendship than anything. So I like that they didn't just make her like a love interest. They made her a character and then maybe sort of a love interest. Same thing goes for the granddaughter of the businessman. She's more of a love interest and more of like a plot development, but you know, she gets her own, especially at the end where she ends up killing the main villain. Go her. So let's talk about, so the movie's pretty decent character-wise and story-wise. It's simple but effective. Action-wise, there's a couple really good scenes, and then there's a couple scenes that kinda aren't not good. Like, there's scenes where they really abuse shaky cam, and you really cannot see a single thing that's happening. It's all just So that's annoying. But then there are scenes that, like, really do use the camera and they keep it still, and they make a really good scene off of it, you know. There's this scene on the train. The scene on the bullet train is easily the best fight in the entire movie. It's fun, exciting, over the top, and kind of gimmicky, but it gives it like it gives it a flair that some of the others are lacking. There's a scene where he fights like a bunch of ninjas. That was kind of underwhelming. The climax is actually pretty good with him fighting this giant silver samurai suit made of adamantium. So that was pretty decent. What other scene? The beginning scene where the granddaughter gets kidnapped is so full of shaky cam that I literally could not understand what I was seeing. So there's that. So action scenes can be pretty hit or miss. The acting in this one, Hugh Jackman puts in a really good performance as Wolverine. Like, this is the most introspective the character has gotten, and this is and basically, it's a lot better than Origins. Because this one really dives into the character, and really, you have Jackman actually flex his dramatic muscles in this, instead of just being an action hero, so it's really good because of that. And I'm trying to think what else. The action's good, the characters are good, plot's okay. Oh, the after credit scene is awesome. That's probably the best, most exciting after credit scene I've ever seen, except maybe for Nick Fury, Iron Man 1, Avengers Initiative. But this might be a little better. Now, this is the one part I won't spoil because it's like, you really have to see it because words do not do it justice. It is literally like, your jaw just like drops to the ground and you have to like pick it up and you have a really hard time doing it. It's a really good after credit scene. All I'm gonna say is it sets up Days of Future Past. So anyway, overall, the movie is pretty good, pretty well-rounded. I'd give it a 7 out of 10. You know, good. Not great. Not bad. Just a good, solid movie. Okay.